we might be hungry, even though we might have the heat of the sun beating down on us, but his mercy is forever and always. He's able to give us a spring of water that will guide and that will direct us. He said, even though all the mountains were in my way, the highways were exalted, and it looked like there was no way that I could get around, but I come by to tell you, God will take care of you, and he will steer and guide and direct your life. You talking about a navigation system. Oh, but long before we got our GPS, he was already had his hand on her. Long before we got MapQuest, and long before we got the Atlas Road map, our God was still giving direction. And I come by to tell you, he's still doing it this morning. He's still able to guide you. He's still able to keep you and keep you clothed in your right mind. You can ask Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. You can ask them and they'll tell you, in spite of what was sent our way, our God held us in his hand. Our God is able to guide and to direct. You can ask Abraham, Isaac, or Jacob. Jacob will tell you, even though I was out there running for my life, our God is able to guide me and to keep me day by day. I just come out to remind you this morning, you're in good hands if you're in the hands of God. And if you are outside of the will of God, you need to get inside of his will, because honey, you really haven't lived until you get into the presence of God, because the Bible says in the presence of the Lord there's the fullness of joy, and I'm glad I got joy down in my soul today. I don't have all the money I want, don't have all the influence I need, don't have all the friends I need, but I got the joy of the Lord down in my heart today, and I'm glad to report that I'm in the hand of God. Do I have any folk here? Isaiah was reminding them that behold, I have graven thee upon the palm of my hand, and the walls are continually before me. Think about it. If I'm in his hand, it doesn't matter what offense come against me, he can take it out. Oh yes, he can. Don't you mess with me, because if I stay in the will of God, he gonna move you out of my way. If I stay in the will of God, it doesn't matter what obstacle come my way. I learned a long time ago, don't you worry about them folk that's putting roadblocks up for you. Don't you worry about those ditch diggers. Don't you know if you digging ditches at the well as you can, somebody got one for you. Be careful how you mess with God's people. That's in the hand of God. Be careful what you say about them. You running your mouth. Isaiah said, I want to remind you that our God is able to restore you. He's able to put you back where you need to be. He's able to keep you sane. He's able to keep you sound. And he got you engraved in the palm of his hand. And there's something about the palm of your hand. Just touch your palm right now. Might not mean much right now, but honey, there's something about the palm of your hand. And when I thought about, looked at my little hands, and then I thought about the hands of God, how that he is able to sustain you and to hold you when it looked like you're going to fall. He just keeps steady holding you up. With all of that you see that's below you, he's able still to sustain you. So you don't have to fear. You don't have to be afraid. As long as you're in the hand of God, you're in good hands. He's able today to direct you and to keep you and to bless you. Isaiah reminded them. When I ran across this little text, I started thinking about and seeing. I said, my God, look at the nuggets that's in this text today. How in spite of all of this we try to do in this day and time in which we live, everywhere we try to go and all we try to make contact with it, and everybody we try to influence to be our way and to come go with us, we're going at it the wrong way.